What is up, everybody? It is me, the Bandito, and I'm back with an update video. This is a video I wanted to do for a while, but I've been kind of putting it off, partially due to laziness, but also because I wanted to make sure that everything was good to go before I made the announcement. It's a pretty big deal, and I'm pretty excited. So if you followed my streams, or watched the VODs, or watched the update videos, you should know that for the past few months I've been preparing to move. There was a bit of an issue at one point where I tried to move to an apartment, and they said my credit score was much lower than it actually is, and so that kind of freaked me out, and I was preparing to do like some drastic stuff. I was preparing for the possibility of sleeping in a van and living like that for a while. But things ended up working itself out. I took one last look around for an apartment and found a place and applied, and I got accepted. And today I finalized all of the costs to move in, which was the biggest concern that I had, and the main reason why I put off making this video is because I wasn't sure how much everything was going to cost, and I was worried that on the day of my move that the cost of moving would be much greater than the money that I would have at the time. But by the looks of it, it's all good to go. So it's all well within my price range, and should all work out just fine. So on August the 10th, today is the 6th, so it's only a few days away. On August the 10th, I will be moving. And this is going to be the shortest move I've done by myself. And the second/third shortest move I've done since I've lived in Florida. There was a time in first grade when I moved from... It was like a half-hour move from one place to the other, and then after I graduated high school, I moved back to the original city that we moved from, which was another half-hour drive. This one's just going to be a couple hours. I can do it in a day, easily. And for the first time, I'm renting a U-Haul instead of a rental car, because one of the issues that I had preparing for this move was the fact that there was no rental car availability at all. Like, zero rental cars available to take from Minneapolis to my new place. Of any class, from any company. I checked on Kayak, which is the hub for all rentals and flights and hotels. And I also checked like a couple specific rental sites just to be sure it wasn't like a glitch or something, and it was not. It was actually legit that there was no reservations available for this for these two locations, which was pretty crazy. And unfortunately, the place that I do rental car detailing at, or did rental car detailing at, because I don't work there anymore, they don't have a location where I'm moving at, so... the only way that I would be able to get that to work is, I guess, as a last resort, if I was unable to get a U-Haul or something. Turns out the U-Haul is about half the price that a rental car would have taken. In the past, I've looked at U-Hauls, and they usually ended up being like twice as expensive. So this is kind of the odd situation where it was the opposite. And I actually was able to get all that paid for today, which is good. And today I also got the final, bill of how much everything's going to cost to move in this month on the 10th to my apartment, which is also within my price range. And so I will be able to make this move very easily. And because it's such a short drive, it's going to save a lot on travel expenses as well, which is a big deal because of how expensive gas is these days. So, I only have to fill up the tank once. So yeah, on the 10th, in the morning, I'm going to wake up as early as I can. And I actually have to take a bus out to the U-Haul location. I might even have to walk a little bit to get there. And then I'll pick up the U-Haul. And then my biggest concern about all this is where I'm going to park to pack up my stuff. Because we only have a 6-story parking garage, and you need to have the little, garage fob reader thingy, the key fob thing that allows you to open the garage door and get you inside. And U-Hauls are too big to fit inside the garage anyways, so I cannot take one up to the floor that I'm at. So I have to take all my stuff down and out to the street. But there's only a few spots for street parking right outside the building. Otherwise, I would have to find another place to park, which would make it very annoying to pack up the stuff. So, and then there's also the concern of I need to make sure that the vehicle is locked every time I go back upstairs to get more stuff. That way nothing gets stolen. So, but once all that's taken care of, I should be on the road by noon, I would say. I have to stop by the office to drop off my keys, and I have to fill out some final paperwork, which I think has to do with the forwarding address and stuff like that. But yeah, I hit the road around noon. I should get to this new place later in the afternoon, and then I make my payments, get my keys, and I'm all moved in. And then the plan from there will be to go to Walmart and see if I can get a couple things. And then I'm going to use my Fingerhut account, Fingerhut being a kind of an online store for a bunch of stuff that you could get, and you use a line of credit to buy stuff. So you use a line of credit to get stuff, and then you make payments after that. Helps build credit and stuff like that. So I'm going to use that to get some furniture, at least a bed, and maybe a computer desk, maybe a couple other things if I can afford to do it. And, yeah. And then I can keep the U-Haul until Friday, so I can keep it for 2 days after I move in, which is cool. So I might hold on to it on the day after I move. That way I can get around a bit and not have to worry about walking or using the bus, because public transit where I'm going to is not great, and I still don't have a car. But the place I'm living at is really close to where I want to get a job at, so it'll be easy to walk there. Excuse me. It'll be easy to walk there, and I can take a bus as well. Everything's pretty close by where I'm living at, so it should be pretty good. But yeah, that first couple days is going to be moving stuff in, getting myself settled, and then applying for a job and trying to get work as soon as I possibly can. And then once I get that taken care of, then it's all about making that rent payment on September 1st, which the apartment complex has an offer with an app, an app called Flex. And basically Flex does the same thing that PayPal's Pay in 4 feature does, where it takes your rent payment and it splits it in half. So it pays the full month's rent to your apartment on your behalf, and then you pay half the rent on the 1st and half the rent on the 15th of the month to Flex. So, and there's a fee to pay on top of that for using Flex, but that should help with the short-term stuff, especially that first month where I get a new job, I don't have much in savings, and I have to build up momentum to get myself back going in terms of paying my bills and such. So that will kind of help make things a little bit easier. So yeah, In terms of having internet and all that stuff set up, not really sure how long that will take, but I'm hoping to get that done pretty quickly, especially with the flex plan that I can do. So I'm going to look into that once I move in. And if all that goes well, then I should be back up and running for stuff once I get settled. It'll be nice. I will have my own place for the first time since I moved out of my mom's apartment like 5-6 years ago. So I'll have the entire apartment to myself again. I don't have to worry about working around roommates or anything. I'll be entirely self-reliant once again. So that'd be good. Let me pause. Okay, I'm back. I was just checking something because Wondershare is kind of weird about its recording feature, audio recording feature. So it favors my headset over the Blue Snowball, and it was showing that it was using my headset, but it actually was not. So I don't know. But anyways, the move is going to be good. I'm excited. I'm officially excited, no longer nervous about it. So all I gotta do between now and then is pick up my final paycheck from work on Monday, and yeah, then I'll be all set to go. Once I get everything settled in, I might come back to streaming once a week. I'm probably going to try to pick a weekend if I can. And start with once a week and maybe pick up from there. And then I have an idea for a project I want to do, and I downloaded everything I needed for that project. It's just a matter of whether or not I'm going to get around to it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. And I also have my master's degree classes. I don't know if I ever mentioned this. I think I did. But I am taking more online classes where I'm going for a master's degree in English and creative writing with a concentration on screenwriting, which is more film work stuff. It's just basically centered around writing scripts. So, I unfortunately had to sell my video camera from my Full Sail classes to kind of help fund this move, and that sucked. But screenwriting is another avenue that I have for doing creative work, and I've been looking at potentially buying like a cheap video camera so that I can at least practice, techniques and stuff. Even if it's on a cheap camcorder kind of thing, I can still practice things. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, that's kind of everything I wanted to update on. I don't want this video to run on too long, but that's basically what's been going on. I finished work. I've been kind of lounging this week, and then next week's the move, and then once I get settled in, I'll be back on track. Hopefully I can get everything back set up and going by the end of August, if not sooner, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching this little thing, and I shall see you all next time.